Hey there, friends. I am so excited to unbox this Love from Lizi January card kit. It is amazing. Lizi has it right on the nose. She's made it very celebratory and happy and kind of away from Christmas. So I hope you'll stick around to the end of the video because after I've unboxed, I'm going to make a card for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I am so excited. I can't wait to see what's in the box. So I haven't opened it at all. I was tempted, trust me, but I didn't open it. This kit is called Let's Celebrate because in January, Lizi likes to try and do a cheerful kit, kind of to fight away the winter blues. And I imagine those are pretty long there in England. Even though she's in Canada now, I know she's English. So at least that's my understanding is it's pretty gloomy there and cold. So anyway, this is a super happy kit. And we're going to cut this box open and see what's inside. And I promise I won't cut myself. By the way, thanks so much for coming and hanging out for this premiere because it's a rather long video, so I felt like it would be a good premiere or a good live. But alas, it's not going to be a live. It's going to be a premiere. So here's the box. And here's the paper. And trust me, I'll use that paper too that it's wrapped in. And just a little note from Lizi. And let's open it and see what's inside. Now I have ordered, as part of the design team, I have ordered some stuff and we will be using that in a future video over on the Love from Lizi channel. But I want to go through the card kit with you. So what we have here are some stickers. And this is the Let's Celebrate Variety Peel-Off Bundle. So let's open this and take a closer look at these. These are super cool because, you know, you can peel them off and use them as beautiful accents on your cards. And it looks like there are 4 colors here. Let me see if I can get this open without tearing the bag. And we've got this beautiful shiny purple, gorgeous. And this lovely little mint green. That's going to be so awesome for spring, and it goes great with the kit. We've got a nice, like, just white, and we've got a beautiful little pink here. So those are those stickers, and let's see if I can get them back in the box. And these are called peel-off stickers, the Let's Celebrate ones. And here we have some paper, and let's measure that paper and get it out here. It's A5 Matte Mirror Pastel Cardstock Bundle. Let's spit that out. Look at that gorgeous purple. And then there's this sort of a goldy, sort of a platinum color. And then a dark pink. And then a beautiful blue is probably going to be my favorite. And then a fuchsia color. And a lighter pink. And a teal. And a silver. That's pretty generous. So A5 is about 8, I want to say it's about 8 1/4 long, so it's kind of an oddball length, or maybe it's longer than that. Yeah, it's about 8 1/4 long, and then the width here is 5 7/8, it looks like. So you get that Mirror Pastel Cardstock Bundle. Let's see if I can get this back in. Always tricky. You guys, I'm so grateful to be on this team. I love from Lizi products. Now here we have the Let's Celebrate Variety Peel-Off Bundle. And so there's a lot of different miscellaneous in this one. And let's take a closer look and see what's in there. Let's see if I can get this open without tearing the cellophane. Eventually these all go into the same kind of sticker pile that I have that's Love from Lizi, but for now they're staying with the kit until I'm done demonstrating the kit for you. So we'll pull these out, and these little stickers, they're just all little individual stickers, and they're shiny and sparkly, and you can use them as is, or you can add some glossy accents over them, and then these beautiful little pink diamonds. And this sort of gold, let's see if I can get this out, sort of a goldish yellow. Hello, come on out. Sparkly. Oh, that's so pretty. And then this iridescent one, which I absolutely love. Oh, I can't wait to use these. You guys. All right, so here we have the Let's Celebrate. Well, we've got the big bag, okay? So you get a big bag, get a small bag within the big bag, and let's pull out, let me see, what are we going to pull out first? Let's pull out the stamp set. So this is the Let's Celebrate 6x4 stamp set. Happiest of birthdays, wishing you the best day, wishing you the most joy. Let's celebrate. And then we've got our balloons and our cupcake, single balloon, little bow, and little champagne glasses. So good for every occasion, including New Year's if you want to. Then we've also got the, let's see, what do I have here next? I have the, yeah, I'm going to pull out one of my little scrapbook.com. This is the Let's Celebrate Icons ephemera. Look how pretty this is, and look how much is here. There is a ton here, and lots of good sized, full card size ephemera. Oh, I love all these rainbows. Look at all these rainbows. I'm going to need my tweezers to pick these up. Here we go. So we've got those rainbow packages, just gorgeous. Little cute little hat. You know what? Let's do this. Rather than me picking them up like that, let's kind of lay them out here. So you got that beautiful rainbow arch with balloons. You've got this balloon sort of bunting. You've got a few of these little cupcakes. Different. Every piece of ephemera in this is different. You've got these hanging streamer balloons. You've got just a bunch of balloons. You've got a bunch of balloons with a bunch of presents. Oh, so much fun. Little tiny present. And it's not that tiny. I mean, this, you know, but compared to everything else. More balloons. We've got a balloon circle. We've got some gorgeous, gorgeous cakes. I think my favorite are the present piles. I just love piles of presents. And here we got a beautiful rainbow cake. And another kind of circular. And then another, let me see, how does this go? What's going on here? Oh, I see. Parts of the parts are still in. You can just take those out. They're just left in from the factory. So that's going to be a full size, it could be basically your card. And maybe we'll do that in the future. So pretty. Let's see, another hat, another party hat. That looks like a fun hat. We've got smaller hats, smaller balloons. Another cute cupcake with confetti all over the place. Another beautiful rainbow colored cake. More hanging balloons. So many balloons. More cake, more presents, more presents. Come on. I love all the presents. I'll be using those up right away. Then the balloons and the cakes, and there's a lollipop. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, we have a piece of debris. These drippy candles are so pretty. I love those. Got another little present with confetti. More cupcakes. Another hat. So that's everything from the Let's Celebrate Icons ephemera. Okay, I'm just going to set those aside. I'm going to leave them in the scrapbook.com tray because later on, today or tomorrow, I'll be also making a feature video for the Love from Lizi channel. All right, let's grab another one of these. And let's pull out the other ephemera, what's called Bunting and Blooms ephemera. And this one has rainbow flowers and, oh, just all kinds of pretty stuff in it. Let's see what's inside. Get everything. Those are some big pieces of bunting. You could make some good size 5x7 cards. Beautiful. All those gorgeous colors. Look at those. Aren't those so pretty? And then there's a couple of like journaling cards, but you'll see in my video that I make for the Love from Lizi channel, what I do with one of those. And then all these gorgeous rainbow colored flowers. They're just so pretty. So they'll coordinate, all of these will coordinate well with the Let's Celebrate Icons ephemera. And you'll see that as well in a future video. I just love all these little colorful flowers. No two are the same, again, in this ephemera pack. Everything's different. And they're all really good sized. So let's see if I can pick these all up and put them here inside of my little box. And I'll put the little package there so I don't get them mixed up. And let's see what else is in this goodie bag. Oh boy. So now we have this small bag. And inside, it's got goodies inside. So let me grab another little tray to pour these out into. It just makes it easier for me to pick them up later. All right. So what we have, we've got a wooden heart here. So cute. And there's actually 3 in there. And then we've got some pink and white and purple and white baker's twine. And this adorable little tassel, I don't know, tassel bunting. Isn't that cute? You're going to see that in a future card. Another wooden heart, and yet another wooden heart within a heart within a heart. You get 2 of these mini tags. You'll get this, let's see, it says Let's Celebrate Shaker Mix. So it's really pretty. It's got little specks of silver in it. And then it's got the Let's Celebrate cupcake dies. So they're small little cupcakes, and we'll use those tonight in a video, or today. I'm making this video at night, but the premiere is going to be during the day. So it's got the frosting, the little bottom, and then it's got a little cherry and a little flower and a little leaf that if you want to decorate the cupcake. And then it's got the 2 mini vellum bags. And it's got the mini silver gems. So we'll put these all back in here. And dig out what else is in the bag. So many goodies. All right. What are we grabbing next? Let's grab these 6x6 papers. Oh my gosh. So these are 12 sheets of Let's Celebrate 6x6 pattern paper. Oh wait, let's pull out this stencil here. So this is the Let's Celebrate stencil. It's a 6x6. And then here are the pattern papers. So we've got this beautiful confetti and these lovely little stripe marks and another kind of beautiful confetti and donuts. And who doesn't love donuts? This one's making me hungry looking at it. And some little poofs. And then another little kind of beautiful stripe pattern and a gorgeous sort of feathery sort of pattern. Little ice cream cones, and you could actually cut each one of those out and use them for ephemera if you wanted to. And then a larger stripe pattern, and I love this one. I think this would be so cute on a baby girl card. You might see that in the future. And then we've got this beautiful pattern and this beautiful balloons, all 12 by 12 papers. And then there's a piece of, it's just a silver kind of, I don't know, piece of cardstock. It's not really silver. It's it's a mirror pastel. Or no, it isn't. What is it? Hang on. Well, moving right along, you can see what it is. And then there's this piece of fun foam type stuff. And it's A5. And then we've got our solid papers. And if you get nail polish on your paper like I just did, I don't know what it is. Red nail polish really likes to come off on paper. You can just erase it away. The white sheet of fun foam is what that was. Going back, trying to make sure I get everything right. So the paper we have here is lemon and violet, pink, And it feels like about 100 pounds. This is alcohol marker friendly white cardstock. And then a mint color. So you can do your alcohol marker stamping on that one and color them in. Okay, did I show already the Mint Moon Dust Mini Heart Peel-Offs? I'm not sure if I showed them or not. Let's see if I can get this back in the bag. I might be able to get it back in the bag. Maybe. Oh, come on. Get in. There we go. Yeah, those little hearts are little stickers. So yeah, here's the 6x6 stencil, and we're going to be using that. And we'll probably use the little hearts as well, little mint moon dust hearts. And possibly something else. Well, we're going to see here. Let's get everything put back in the bag so I can get to work here. So knowing me, I'll lose this whole bag because that's kind of typically what happens to me. So let's go ahead and start with our stenciling here. And so this is a 4-part stencil. So it's a layering stencil. And then I've got the little cupcake shell. And we'll get the candle and we'll get the topper, the whipped cream topping or the buttercream topping. And we'll start out with those. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my mini Empress here, and we'll go ahead and cut some things out here. So let's get it plugged in and turned on. The hardest part for me is to remember to turn it on. And then I'll grab myself some paper from my stash. I'm not quite ready to cut into my kit paper yet. I will, but I'm not quite ready yet. It's too pretty. You guys ever have that problem? But I have some similar in my stash, a very pale pink, and I'm going to cut out a pale pink one of these cupcake wrappers. And you'll see what I do with it later. Meantime, again, I'm so excited to be on this team. Once I saw what was going to be in this kit, I just about lost my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, you have hit me right in my little rainbow heart. So these cut very nicely. I'm still going to have to poke out all the little things, and I'm going to do that real time. I don't think I edited much at all of this video, because I thought if I'm going to make it a premiere and you guys are going to come hang out, we'll just do this stuff real time. I did mess up when I was stenciling the first time, so I did cut that out and do it again. But, you know, just to be completely transparent here. And I could have probably just slammed this against the against my table, and a lot of those would have fallen out, but I didn't, because what happens to me, what happens to other people is it hits and everything falls out. What happens to me is the whole die bounces away and loses itself forever. So I have to be careful with how I want to handle things like that. All right, so it looks like that little bow thing kind of pops up, which is cool. Now let's cut another one. Let me get rid of these little pieces here. And choose another color of paper. Have to decide what color of paper I want to use. I'm going to use this very light blue, kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a sky blue, I guess. So I'm using very pastel-y colors for these, because a lot of the rainbow colors in the ephemera and stuff are still pastel-y. Even though they're rainbow. Some of them are pretty bright, but not as bright as, you know, your standard bright in your face rainbow. See what I mean? I threw it against my magnet because I know it's safe to do so, because I know it's not going to flop away somewhere. So we'll get these blue little pieces cut out. And I do believe that I do speed up my coloring in this one because, well, it's coloring. And oftentimes for me, it's also experimental. Like, okay, I wonder if this will work. You guys know me. That's how I roll. And so sometimes when you see a video that I've made and it took 10 minutes, it may have taken me all day because experiment, fail, experiment, fail, experiment, fail. So don't ever be hard on yourself if you take a long time to make a card, especially if you're doing something you haven't tried before. You know, give yourself some grace. And listen, I'm live in the chat, so if you have any questions, comments, or emotional outbursts, feel free. Let's talk about it. See if I can get that one poked out without poking myself in the finger. Lot of little itty bitty. Now those would make cool confetti. You could save those. Listen to me talking about saving while my scrap bin overfloweth, friends. And when I say overfloweth, I mean I can't stick another thing in there. It's just going to fall right back on the floor. We'll poke up this little bow. And then pop out that little middle piece. You could put the middle piece back in if you wanted to, or put another color. I'm going to do stickles, I think, because stickles are my friend. And then I am going to use some of my alcohol marker friendly white paper to cut the whipped cream section out. And I'll cut 2 of those, of course. And then I'll cut 2 candles. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to use the candles or not, but I'm going to cut them, so I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. I guess you know how that feels. And this is neat because it embosses a nice pattern inside of there. You can't really see it until I start to color it, and then you'll be able to see it. Let's go ahead and find my magnet because I can't seem to pick that up with my fingers. And do one of the candles and the other cupcake topper in case I want to color the candles. I'm not sure. Again, not sure about the candles at all. This is kind of like a live, only we're not live. So I'm creating on the fly without any practice. Honestly, my pre-recorded videos are all practiced. I do usually 1 or maybe 2 practice cards before I actually start filming the actual card. That way I don't forget the steps and I don't forget to tell you what I did. Because there's that. You guys know I'm forgetful. All right, let's cut another candle and we'll be finished with our cutting. And my Empress is working great for all of this. You could probably even use your sidekick or your big die cutting machine. You know, use what you have. Let's go ahead and poke this candle out. And just gently lift because it's a little stuck in there. And let's get all this stuff out of the way now. Get her unplugged, put her off to the side. I don't know if I'm going to zoom in or not, but let's go ahead and get these cupcakes put together here. And so I've got these 2 little pieces, but they're, they're clear. So I'm going to want to back them, but I also want to color my little cupcake frosting. So I've grabbed some pastel colors, and here's where we're speeding up. And I'm just going to yak while I do this, and you can just see what I'm doing here or what I'm not doing. Basically just kind of adding a rainbow along one side. And remember, alcohol markers are darker when they're wet. So, and then I'll just take my colorless blender and I'll blend this all out so that it all blends in and lightens up a bit. I don't want it too dark. And I'll just go ahead and pull that out and I'll set that aside. And then I'm going to do this other one a little bit differently. And what I'm doing is I'm tracing along the lines of where it's etched. And oh, I don't know what happened there. I lost my light when I went away. And I'm doing the same colors, the same kind of rainbow colors, but just configuring them differently. So this one's going to be a little bit more colorful. And in the end, as I'm doing this, I'm not sure if I'm going to love how it comes out, but it comes out okay. I'm actually happy with the ending once I start blending those colors. It's just, in that case, you want to be careful because you don't want to accidentally mix your orange with your green. So I'll just blend these out, and I may do a couple more layers on there just to kind of darken up some edges. But this again is my colorless blender, and I'm just using it to sort of mix these colors like you would see in a cupcake. And then I'm just going to blend out some more on this one with my colorless blender. And then see how these will sit on these cupcakes. And the lighting just is weird. I don't know what happened there. So I'm going to take a gray marker. And these are alcohol markers, by the way. They're my Ahoo markers. And I'm going to accentuate where shadows would be. And those are, it's in the same places where the die is etched. And then I think I want to go just a little bit darker. And then I'll use my colorless blender to sort of blend that out. Just to kind of get some dimension. And don't forget this is wet, so it's darker than it will be in the end. And I think I just want to come back in with a little bit more pink. I feel like I lost some of my color there. More color than I meant to lose. Let's put it that way. So I'm just going to add some more color back in. Don't mind me while I go crazy with my markers. So I'm just adding right over the top of that gray. It'll still keep the shadows, but it'll bring me back some color. Let's get this green going in here. Maybe this is a blue. I don't know. A little bit more yellow mixed in. Yeah, I'm just making a mess here. And then get me some more pink going. So it's a little bit more colorful. Now I'm going to take a white pencil and I'm just going to tone down all those colors using my white pencil. So it kind of helps to, it doesn't really blend them together, but it gives the illusion that they're blended together. And especially because I can't draw a very precise line or shape. I just can't do it. My hand goes where it wants. So, and in those bigger spots, I'm adding lots more white to, you know, create a highlight to give it height and dimension. Okay, and then I will take my white pen and struggle with it, as always, and just add some white highlights. Let's grab the number 10, because it tends to not fail on me as much. So I have to keep priming the pen, because I'm working over a waxy color pencil. There we go. And this one, I'm going to not go in with the dark gray. I'm just going to keep the gray light because this is supposed to be a lighter frosting. And I'll just kind of add some gray shadows where the lines basically lead me. And then just take my colorless blender and blend them out. And I like the way this one came out a lot better than the other one, but I'm keeping the other one because it is what it is. I'm happy with that. And again, coming in with my white and just adding some highlights as you would see on frosting if the light were shining on it. Okay, so now I need to back these. So I'm grabbing just a darker shade of the same color. And I'm going to just kind of trace around with my pencil, if I can find my pencil. Oh, pencil. You know, it's in a jar there with everything else. And pretty soon, at least for me, I get lazy and pretty soon everything gets plopped in that jar when I'm trying to tidy up and I can't find anything. I'm just going to trace around and then just hand cut the inner portion and glue it together. I'm going to do that with both of these cupcake shells. These are cool. I have never seen a cupcake shell like that. And I'm just going to cut inside the lines. I like to cut my piece out before I try fussy cutting, just so I don't have any excess paper to contend with. And I'm just staying inside the lines best I can, you know. And then we'll trim around this. Check for fit. See if I need to trim any more off. This could double as a little tiny laundry basket, and I'll just trim off any of this excess. And notice I'm leaning my scissors away from me so I can kind of undercut. We'll go ahead and glue those two together. And I'm not going to get any glue where the little bow is because I'll want to pop that out later. And at this point, I'm not sure how I'm going to do my frosting, so I don't put glue on the very top in case I want to tuck my frosting in. Ultimately, I don't end up doing that, but just in case. You can always add more glue, but you can't take it away. So we'll get that stuck together. And then I'm not sure which frosting I'm going to put on which cupcake. But yeah, I think I'm going to put that on the top. So since I decided I'm going to put it on the top, I'm going to go ahead and just pop a little bit of glue inside of here. And then pop some glue along the top edge here. Stick my frosting down. Try and get it, you know, relatively straight. Oh, you should see my actual frosted cupcakes. They are a hot mess. You know, I'm there with a knife trying to get the frosting to come off of the knife onto the cupcake. I'm tearing up the top of the cupcake. I make a hot mess, but I don't care. They taste good. I don't know about you, but I like my cupcakes refrigerated. Don't ask. I'm just weird that way. I prefer a cold piece of cake. So again, and I'm going to trick myself here and get this a little bit closer so I don't waste as much paper. Even though I just got done telling you that my scrap bin overfloweth and I really don't need to be saving any more scraps. That's a perfectly good piece of pink paper, friends. I am not wasting it. All right. And just again, kind of following the line, and I don't know why I'm trying to be so precise, but typically I don't fussy cut with these scissors, but they just happen to be what was next to me and I grabbed. And it's not like it's a precise fussy cut, it's just a little bit of fussy cutting. Enough that I can kind of get a dual color here going. Yeah, happy with that. So let's go ahead and get this glued down. And I already know that I can glue my top piece because the frosting's going to go over top of it. We'll just lay this on here evenly. Give it a good stick down. I like that two-tone like that. It just looks like a shadow inside of a waffle cone. And then we'll go ahead and glue on our cupcake top. And I'm not going to glue the candles on just yet because I'm still not sure if I'm going to use them or not. So there's my two cupcakes. Yay, we got that far. And I'm just going to set these candles aside for right now, I think. And we're going to do some stenciling. All right, so I've got my little waffle flower mat out, and I've got the stencil ready. And I'm going to grab just a piece of white 4 1/4 by 5.5 cardstock. And I want to do my stenciling directly on my project. So I'm going to decide where's the center pretty much and pick out my first group of balloons. So each of these you can do a different color, and I'm going to do these in spun sugar. And I'm just using a small brush, so I'm not worried about masking anything off. If you're worried about it, mask by all means. So there's our spun sugar. So I'm keeping the colors light. Now I'm going to move the stencil. And let's grab some picked raspberry and just in fact, I already have some on my brush. I'm just going to brush a little bit on in the darker areas where it would be a little bit darker. And just kind of a tiny bit, not very much at all. Okay, that set's done. Pull my stencil up and then find where the next stencil goes. So it basically covers. Now you can kind of see underneath what's happening there. You cover the ones you did and you go with your next color. So for this one, I'm going to do cracked pistachio. And let me just wipe off my brush because it looks like I had a darker green on there and I don't want a dark green. And I'm just going to stencil in the next set of balloons. I like stencils like this where they're all on the same thing. That way I don't have to worry about losing one set because I have. You guys know me. All right, there's our cracked pistachio. And I'm just going a little heavier towards the inside edges where it might be a little bit more shadowy. And then we'll grab our next stencil and move it around until I see where it needs to be. Let's see here. Where does this need? Let me try. Maybe I need to do this one first. Yeah, I'll do this one first. I can definitely see where things need to be there. And yeah, let's do squeeze lemonade. So I'm trying to keep my colors coordinated sort of with, you know, the cupcakes. I knew I'd get that spit out eventually. We'll do our squeeze lemonade. But still kind of keeping them pastel-y. And now I can see exactly where this one needs to go. Just get that laid down nice and even here. And I'll do the dried marigold, which is a very, very light orange. And just color them in. Yep, I had a quiet moment there. The men folk are outside making noise, and there I've got my bunch of balloons, and I'm happy with those. And so now I'm going to audition my cupcakes on here and see how they are. Okay, here's my other cupcake now. I'm just trying to decide how I want them sitting on here. What we're going to see, what we're not going to see. Try not to get let's just move these out of the way before I get them dirty. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here so that I can move things around a little bit easier. And I'm going to want to trim that down anyway. So let's move the cupcakes here for a moment, grab my trimmer, and let me see, what am I going to trim this to? Looks like I'm going to trim it 3 3/4 by 5. I forgot already. I just did it last night. Sorry, I got distracted. The men folk were out here making noise. Let's go ahead and just get this cut down, and then I'll cut down the 5 inches. There we go. Now that's a more manageable size, and I can get a better audition of my cupcakes and decide how I want to do a sentiment, if I want to do a sentiment. And I think I want to do a sentiment. I think we're going to do Let's Celebrate, and let me see here. Where do I want this? Now this is the agonizing part, you guys all understand. I'm going to do that right over top of those balloons. Yep, I think that's going to be my best bet. And because I'm using Distress Oxides, they will go over top of each other, which is super cool. So I'll go ahead and position it here where I think I want it. And it's kind of in the center of the card, center top. And I am going to mask off that little balloon there up at the top, just in case, since this, I am working directly on my card. And let me see, what color do I want to use? What color, what color, what color? I think in the end I settle for salvage patina, but what you see me doing over here, what you don't see me doing is looking through my colors. Just trying to decide. And I probably could have cut that part out, but I didn't realize that I didn't cut it out. So there's that. Now I'm either going to use salvage patina or tumble glass. Yep, I'm settling for salvage patina because it's just kind of the completion of this pastel-y colored rainbow. So let me grab a brush, and it's just a small brush again. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go pretty heavy on this because I want it to cover the first layer that we had. So this will be a fairly flat card, fairly flat. It's really handy having a stencil to do this because, yeah, I don't have to cut anything out. And just making sure it's nice and heavy on here and everything's fully filled in. Let's lift our stencil and have a look. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that. All right, moving right along. Now we can compose our card based on where my sentiment is. So let me go ahead and pull this off of my sticky mat here. And then, let's see, I don't know why I'm pointing. Gee, mini Christmas, I forgot what I'm doing there. Oh yeah, I'm trying to decide on my bottom layer here. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And I did a color to basically match the dark color inside the cupcake. Inside the cupcake wrapper, I mean, or the waffle cone wrapper, the beautiful waffle. That's what that is. And I'll go ahead and glue my piece down, my main piece down to that, making sure it's all nice and even. Yeah, I'm going to be happy with that. And I'm just going to use some liquid glue. I'm using art glitter glue here, I believe. Yeah, that's my art glitter glue one. I mark them with a pen, with a Sharpie, but it eventually wears off, but the tape doesn't. So I just try and remember by what tape I have on there. That's no guarantee I'm always going to remember, friends, but it's a try. And I'm just going to kind of smooth that down. Let's move that brush out of the way so I don't have any accidents with it. And then let's go ahead and audition how I want these to go. Whether I want the bold one towards the back or the bold one towards the front. And then I'm going to think about how I want the candles. Because I don't want them to cover my Let's Celebrate. And for now I'm leaving them white. And I do end up leaving them white and just coloring in the flames. So I'm going to stick them like right within that little curl. And let's go ahead and grab a couple of alcohol markers here just to color in those flames. And I just grabbed a bright yellow and a bright orange without any abandon or care about which shade they are. At some point, friends, when you're making a card, it's like, okay, I'm ready to be done. And that yellow will dry back some, so the orange, not so much, but the yellow will. All right, so now my candles are ready to go. And then, again, kind of deciding where to put them, how to position them within my cupcake. Yeah, I'm happy with that positioning, so I'm going to just flip this over, and of course it's going to turn on me. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back of my cupcake here and just push it in and then move it around to where I need it and then give it a good push down. And then I'll do the other one, same thing. And this time I'm just going to reckless abandon, glue it in about the same, maybe a little bit taller. And just glue it down to the back. There we go. And I believe I will pop my cupcakes up, or one of them anyway. And I think I want the bolder one towards the back, so I'm gonna glue that one flat down. And just make sure that my flame isn't covering my sentiment. Put a little bit of glue there on my candle flame so that it doesn't accidentally get tugged up when pulling the card out of the envelope or something. Come on, stick. And then I'm going to grab my foam tape and I'm going to tape the crud out of this. Or tape it pretty good anyway. Just cut a piece off and then just start adding my tape. And I'm going to add up here, but I think I'm going to need to taper that off a little. So I'll just take my scissors and taper some off. It's not easy to taper foam tape, friends, but it can be done. And I will support the flame with another small itty-bitty piece that you'll see me struggle with. Because that is me. See, I'm thinking I want to use this piece right here, but eventually it's, because of the way I cut it, it's not really going to work out. Let's see here. Can I make this work? No, you know what? Let's just cut another itty-bitty little sliver here. Yep, and that one flew away. Let's see if I can find it. Nope. New little sliver. There's a black hole somewhere there at the back of my desk where everything goes. Okay, let me just stick this down. I'm going to grab my tweezers because this is so small. And then just make sure it's fit in here with nothing sticking out. Now I can continue with my foam. We'll get a piece here, little piece right there. Get a piece here, trim that off. And another little piece right there. And that should be plenty to hold up our cupcake. And yes, it is. And I do like that popped up a little bit. So I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but turns out I do. Let me just make sure these are all good and stuck down before I start peeling off the backers. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but some foam tapes I struggle more with the backers than others. And I almost forget to take the backer off the top of the flame. I'm going to add some liquid glue so I have a little wiggle room before this thing sticks down. And let me get that out of my way right now before I drop it on my project. With glue side down and wreck it. Okay. There. Those look like happy little cupcakes, don't they? And we love our happy cupcakes. Okay, so I need a card base, but I also want to do some decorating on here. So I'm going to grab the Mint Moon Dust Mini Heart Peel-Offs. And I'm just going to peel some off and place them on the cupcakes. And I just like to take my tweezers and peel these off. And these are super sparkly. It's hard to see how sparkly they are on camera, but they're super sparkly. And then I end up topping them off with also some stickles so that they're not only sparkly, but they're also dimensional. So I'm just decorating my cupcakes a little bit. Grab a bigger one, and I keep grabbing the ones upside down ones. They go both ways. We'll put this little one down here. Grab another big one. We'll put it on this cupcake. I could go nuts with these things. They're just so pretty. But they just add that extra oomph. Let's grab another small one. Or big one. We'll grab another big one and place it right here. So I've got 7, which is a good number. Here they are up close. Aren't those beautiful? Okay, let's get our little bow up here a little bit. And then I'm going to add some stickles to the center of those bows. And trying to decide, I'm going to go with this sort of white sparkly stickles. Make sure it's coming out of the bottle. And I probably should have put this down on a card base before I put the stickles on. Sometimes I forget, you know. I forget myself. But here's what this looks like. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far. All right, what next? What are we going to do next? We're going to clean up our mess? Probably. Yep. You're going to give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you get a notification every time I upload a video or go live. And here they are with the dried stickles on a pink card base with the little hearts. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.